Now that you have more awareness about how the body breathes, hopefully you have wondered, how is it that I breathe? Have you ever taken a few minutes to examine if you are a belly or a chest breather? In today's video, we'll give you a few steps to become more self-aware of your breath. How do we learn to be mindful of our breath? Remember, mindfulness of breath begins as a skill, develops into a habit, and becomes a lifestyle. We have to develop a breathing program for ourselves to learn that skill. Some key points to remember through your skill development. First, find an undisturbed time each day that you can set aside for breathing exercises. The amount of time you set aside is not as important as doing it consistently every day. When it comes to learning to breathe properly, practicing for 3 to 5 minutes per day is just as beneficial as one 15-minute block. The key is doing it consistently every day. Make it a routine. Try to use the same place daily where you know you won't be disturbed or become distracted. Make sure you breathe through your nose. As mentioned earlier, the nose is part of the respiratory system. The mouth is part of the digestive system. If you have clogged sinuses on a day, by all means use your mouth to breathe and maintain your daily consistency. But ideally, we want to breathe with our nose. Develop an external cue that reminds you to pay attention to your breath throughout the day as well. Maybe when you first touch your steering wheel in the car, or possibly every time you feel your phone vibrate in your pocket. Before you decide the position you want to practice, start off by observing how you currently breathe. Close your eyes, put your right hand on your abdomen, put your left hand on your chest. Notice how cool air enters your nose, reaches the back of your throat, and descends to your lungs. Which hand rises the most when you inhale? If your belly expands and rises the most when you inhale, you are belly breathing, which is ideal. If your belly moves less than your chest, then you're chest breathing. If you notice your chest breathing, you want to self-correct and focus on belly breathing. Pacing is important when mindfully breathing. Exhalations should be twice as long as inhalations. Silently count to 4 on an inhale and count to 8 on an exhale. Pretend that you are taking your last breaths of the purest air you've ever experienced. How would you savor that breath? In what ways would you breathe more deeply, longer, and more deliberately? While you breathe for the next few moments, be aware of how your nostrils feel, your lungs expanding and your back moving slightly with each breath, movement inside your chest and your rib cage expanding, and the movement of the diaphragm. Now, what position do we use to practice? Well, that depends on what your intention is. If your goal is to learn belly breathing, then laying down is the ideal. You want to lay on your back with your spine straight, your toes turned out slightly, and your palms up. Essentially, you are in a dead body pose. Laying down to practice breathing may cause you to relax to the point that you fall asleep, so be sure to set an alarm or have an indicator to alert you that your practice time is over. If you have back problems or don't want to put strain on your back, you can put your feet flat on the ground and raise your knees, or elevate your feet with a bolster or cushion. However, we do not want to cross our legs or arms and inhibit blood flow. If you plan to dive right in and start meditating, then the lotus position is recommended if you are comfortable with it. Though it is a stereotypical meditation position, it is so for a reason. It allows your back to be straight, your hands to be relaxed, and your breathing to flow freely. Practicing mindful breathing while sitting up is ideal because you will maintain optimal awareness. You need to maintain a dignified posture throughout the meditation, so only meditate as long as you can maintain the posture. Priming routines are so important to life, and getting ready to meditate is not different. To prepare your body for meditation, take the following steps. Begin by straightening your back and see yourself grounded to the earth, connected to the floor. We do this by imagining a line going from the floor to your tailbone, up your spine, your neck, the top of your head, and to the ceiling. This should give you awareness of the length of your torso. Allow your body to open up and feel freed by rolling your shoulders back, releasing all tension. Place your hands on your legs. However, do not support the weight of your body with your arms. Relax your neck by slowly moving your chin to your chest and up to the ceiling a few times. In that range of motion will be a position where your neck will feel centered, balanced, and relaxed. Find that area and rest your head there. Be aware of your facial muscles and let them loose. It's normal to clench your teeth or clench your jaw. However, we want to recognize it, acknowledge it, and relax. Tensed up muscles influence your breathing, so we want to be sure to relax. Now you can begin to open your senses, and we will begin a brief silent meditation using breath as our focus. Why silent? Remember that silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. Let's begin. Assume a dignified posture. Let your eyes relax. Open your ears and listen for sounds that you may not normally hear. Acknowledge the sounds, but do not be distracted by them. Now observe the thoughts in your head. Watch the thoughts flow away as if you are sitting on the bank of a river watching the stream. The stream will carry each thought away. We're now going to turn our attention to our breath. Take the next few seconds and count to 4 as you inhale, starting at 1 as you take a breath and reaching 4 as you feel your lungs and abdomen full of air. Pause at the top of your breath and count to 4 as you exhale, fully exhaling as you reach the number 4. Now take the next few seconds and count to 4 as you inhale. Starting at 1 as you take a breath and reaching 4 as you feel your lungs and abdomen full of air. Pause at the top of your breath. Count to 6 as you exhale, fully exhaling as you reach the number 6. When you are ready to come out of your meditation, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, gently open your eyes on an exhale, oscillate your neck, take 4 to 5 deep abdominal breaths, and resume your day.